Anything that I say is just from my viewpoint. Let's start that off by saying that. If you don't agree, you don't have to agree. I don't need you to agree. If you want to listen, keep listening. Okay? I really, really wish that as women, we stood our ground and our boundaries, especially when it comes to men. Maybe even more so when it comes to men. It's crazy how we can get in these disagreements, arguments, fights, and feuds with our homegirls, and we cut them off completely. Our homegirls can do something crazy to us, we gonna cut them off. But the man that we dealing with, in a relationship with, or married to, can do something crazy to us, and we'll keep taking him back. Even in our minds, we know that this is some nonsense, we'll still keep taking them back. I could say that we act off of emotions. I think that's true. I think everybody knows that women are more into their emotion, more make decisions emotion based, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with us being emotional. I think it's amazing to be emotional than emotionless. I would rather show my feelings. I would rather be that way than to be emotionless and just act like I don't care when I do. Sometimes I'm like, I really wish that we would be, more logical instead of emotional. Because if you think about it, it is so crazy for us to cut off our friends so fast over some nonsense most of the time, that you could have sat and had a conversation, and we cut our friends off so quick. We don't want to talk to you. Her kid's sick and she can't make it to the birthday dinner. Like, bitch, I done made it to your birthday dinner every year. You can't get a babysitter for them kids because of my birthday. You cut off. You be like, God damn, like, I only carried them. Like, what? Never talk to her again. Your man ain't bought you a gift for your birthday the last 4-5 years, and he still get to come lay up in your bed. He still get to spread your legs whenever he want to. All I did was miss a birthday dinner. Now I'm cut off. We had a little disagreement, and now I'm cut off. You argue with your man every other day, and you still hanging in there with him. I don't understand. That's emotional on both ends, but you'll decide to cut your friend off, but you'll keep them niggas around. It's confusing. It's insane. And I really wish that women would reverse that thinking, right? But I think it's because with women versus women, we are both on these emotional spectrums. So tempers flaring and trying to go against each other or have disagreements with each other, it causes you to probably say some things you shouldn't say or whatever. And instead of just sitting and having logical conversations, maybe even giving a little bit of space, but coming back and talking about it and actually just being like, you know what, this was petty, or I'm sorry, or apologize, and then get back to being friends. But that man been messing up for a good little minute now. You shouldn't have nothing to do with him no more. And yet, he gets to come back whenever he wants to. Men are not foolish when it comes to women. I've seen that. I've experienced it for myself. They are not foolish when it comes to women. They know that we are emotional. So they know how to play up our emotions to get us to come back around. I wish that we stood firm in our boundaries, because in a way, I feel like we have to take accountability on the fact that we have aided men into being able to manipulate us into taking them back, or into sticking around when we know that we shouldn't. Because I think I can pretty much say anytime that I was in something I knew I shouldn't have been in, I absolutely knew that I should not have been in this. I absolutely knew that man should have been nowhere around me no more. I absolutely knew I should not have been sleeping with that man no more. And for some reason, anytime that I was leaving or ready to leave or said I was leaving, what happens? They say the right things and they do the right things, and they are back in there. You sit around like, how? How did I even let this happen? And I think, again, like I said, I think men know that what they got to do to get back in our lives, and we let them. I want women to really stand, no matter how much you like somebody, if they are not showing you what you need to be shown, if you have expressed what you need, to say to them about what you need and it's just not happening, we need to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and leave you alone. I don't care what you about to say to me. Good luck with the rest of your life. I'm gonna go on with the rest of my life. But we'll sit and we'll listen, and somehow you back in it. And I just feel like if we're gonna do that with these men, then we need to do that with our friends too. Especially because they're the ones that are there with us through all of this nonsense. I think if we stood firm in our boundaries for men, that maybe they wouldn't try so hard to manipulate, and maybe they would just move on. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Me as a woman, seeing women go through it, seeing my mom go through it, seeing a whole lot of co-workers, just seeing women go through it so much in general, and me myself going through it. I want us to stand firm because we know what we're worth, most of us. We know what we need, most of us. And we can't allow people, not even just men, people in general, to step all over that because we like them, because we love them, because they're funny, because we have a good time. We need to really, really stand in these boundaries and say, you know what? You're not a bad person, but you're not a good person for me. And I'm not going to keep going in this back and forth space. And now I'm stressed. I'm worried. Now my edges falling out and they just grow back. Ain't no man worth your edges. Ain't nobody worth your edges. It's really hard to get those back. Know exactly what you need. Go write it down. And when a man asks you what you need, I think that we should really just be like, you know what? When you live up to that, I'll let you know. I had a friend of mine say that, like, we should never really tell a man like what we've been through, because that just lets him know how far he can go before you get rid of him. And I think that's facts. I think you should let people show you the way that they express love and caring, or what you're looking for when you get in relationship with people, as far as like if you're looking for a relationship or if you're just trying to chill. You should see how people love. Everybody you come across that you like, that you love, is not gonna be your people. Not a man, not a woman, not a coworker, not a family member. They're not always going to be your people. So when you see that, when you know what your boundaries are, you need to set that boundary right in place. When they cross over that boundary, you gotta say, dial that shit back. Dial it back. Oh, I see you stepping over that line. And a lot of times, like, I'll give a second chance, but if you habitually stepping over that line, then you need to habitually get the hell out of my face. Sorry. And when you got to tell them that they really just not your type of person, they hear like, oh, so you just think I'm a bad person. No. I never said that. I said, you are not a good person for me. There's somebody out there that will tolerate you like this, but it ain't gonna be me. So again, I'm a firm believer in giving people a second chance, even though sometimes in your mind you like, this might be who this person is. But I do believe in giving second chances. Sometimes people don't know that they messing up until you tell them. So I do believe that you should tell people when they stepping over your boundaries. But you heard me the second time. You heard me the first and you heard me the second. After that, I think you should go find somebody else to play with. I really do. And it took me a long time to be this person, but I'm here now and I'm so happy that I am, because it makes sense. It's always made sense. And people really look at me like, you just want this perfect person. Not that I want perfect. I want perfect for me. That means I want who is for me. Who is going to love me the way that I need to be loved. Who is going to see what I need and make the adjustments because they want to be in my life. Boundaries are so important. And I've let so many people step over my boundaries so much in my life. It didn't take me until I went through so much last year to realize that my boundaries are so important. I can love you and leave you with God. I can love you and want the best for you and genuinely just not have no bad blood, but not be in connection with you no more. I can do that now. Before, it used to hurt me to have to do that, so I would just keep people around. I would just keep them in my life, knowing that they were draining me, knowing that it's a lot of stress us being in connection with each other. Now, I really do protect my peace. I really protect my boundaries. There are people that don't like that about me anymore because I'm not that old person anymore, and I just really think that that's unfortunate, but it's necessary. It weeds out the people that are your people. I think that's important. And that's something that you'll figure out once you start really standing on your boundaries, like firm. You'll know who your people are because they'll understand, and they'll say, you know what, I love that for you, and I'm gonna do my best to change how I deal with you because I know that's your boundary and I don't want to cross that. And you need that in life, especially when you get older. Know who your people are. Don't spend your life just sitting with anybody because they cool, because you like them. Because I want my girls, I want all the girls to find love like they need it. Oh my God, root for love so much. Y'all know me, I love love. I don't love when love has to be difficult before it becomes what it needs to be. I hate that we have made this narrative that we have to sit in so much difficulty and stress and disappointment and hurt and pain before love gets to be soft and easy and easygoing and very angelic and God-like. We had to go through hell before we get there. That is something that I just don't believe or will put on me. I don't want to put that on me, and I don't want to put that on my girls. I shouldn't have to fight and struggle with somebody, with people, for them to love me the way that they heard. They heard me. But there are some people that will literally tell you or say in their head when after they hear what you need and be like, well, I'm not giving you that. But I like you. And I want you to stick around. So I'm gonna act like I want to give it to you. We really have to know exactly who we are, for one, self-aware, know what we're gonna tolerate, and stand on people not crossing that. Meaning, once I see like you just really not about to be this, then you need to go ahead and go out of my life for real. We don't need to talk anymore. We don't need to be in connection anymore. I said what I said. I think you need to go on, and I'm gonna go on. It's peaceful when you sit in your boundaries. Sometimes it might get lonely. Sometimes you might lose some people, but it's peaceful because you're really just worrying about you and your peace. Not that you don't worry about people that you love, but you have to come first. And that's what I want for women especially. We need to come first. Stop giving all of us to these men that really are showing us they not giving us what we asking for. I want us to be more firm in our boundaries so people can see we not playing. When a man approaches you, he like, oh, she's not playing. I can't be out here messing up because she is gonna let me go. I just want happiness and love for my girls. I want it for everybody. I really do. Much as people think I just dislike men, I just dislike the games that happen. I dislike the manipulation. I dislike hearing me say the things that I need and you just saying you're not going to give it to me, but you still want to hang out with me. That's the stuff that I dislike the behavior when it comes to women, you know? So for me as a woman, I'm speaking more in general to women, that we really need to stand firm in the love of ourselves, our boundaries, and the things that we need. I want you to still seek love. I still want you to find love. I still want you to be open to love. But anytime you see somebody playing in your face, you need to get out. See people in all of their ways. Figure out if that fits in your life. And if you telling yourself more often that it doesn't than it does, it's right there, baby. You keep trying to keep hope alive for shit that's saying that this is not it. Like it's right here. Take hope out of it and see it for what it is. That little view you got right there, that's what it is. I want us to be joyous. I want us to love ourselves. I want us to hang out with our girls. I want us to give the grace we give these men to our girls. I just don't understand it. It's always like, well, if it's my friends or if it's my man, it's gonna be my man, even though he's the one that keeps disrespecting the commitment that we made. And all me and my friend had was a little disagreement over something, and now we just not friends no more. It don't make sense to me. I mean, if it makes sense to somebody else, you know, maybe you can come make it make sense to me. I don't think it is, so you probably shouldn't try. I'm a woman, so I've been through it, so I'm not judging nobody. A lot of ways, when y'all hear me talk, I am talking to myself, or I'm talking to my old self, because I've grown. So when you hear me say anything, I don't speak from judgment. A lot of times it's something that I need to hear or needed to hear. And it just doesn't feel good when you give yourself to somebody that's literally like that you are at some point begging to treat you right. I've been there, and I've been there more than a couple times. And when I look back on it, I'm like, if I would have just left, the hurt and the pain that I have put onto myself would have been so very few. So maybe this will resonate with somebody to maybe talk to your daughters about, your nieces, your cousins, because maybe the next generation can be better than we were, but maybe we can set that example for them. I talk to my daughter all the time, and I hope that she hears me so that she don't have to experience as much pain as I've had to, because I wasn't self-aware and I didn't protect myself in all ways. But that's today's talk about. Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about. Whatever y'all want to talk about, I want to talk about. I hope that y'all hear me, and I hope that we can talk about some more stuff. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my first episode, and I will be back with some more. I will add some more things as I go along, and I hope that y'all rock with me. Love y'all.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. If you have anything you want to talk about that you want me to talk about, please reach out to me. But in the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe and support my channel.